Hi, everyone. This is Julia with Elevated Classics. Today, I have with me Véronique Spoturno, and she's here to talk about her new adventure, and we want to welcome her. Welcome, Véronique.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very
Of
honored.
course. Of course, it's our pleasure. We're also honored. So tell me, who is Veronique? What led you here to perfumery? Can you tell us about your educational and professional background? And before launching Spoturno, were you involved in fragrance? Can you give us a little bit history?
Well, when I was a child, obviously, my grandfather, the grandson of François Coty, spoke to me a lot about my great-grandfather. So I was extremely involved in this history just by my spirit, and also my grandfather, Henri Spoturno Coty, with his own family history. The transmission was very important. So for him, it was a mission to ask me to carry on this amazing story. So I've always been deeply connected to the world of beauty and creation, but it took me time to realize how much my own story could give birth to Maison Spoturno. So it was very natural to create the Maison Spoturno because you come back to the deep inside of the family history. Because as Christopher Sheldrake said it a lot of time, and he's very right, Spoturno is more a family history. First is a family history than a pure new brand. You know what I mean? So it's more than a new brand. Maison Spoturno is born from an inner need to express a vision of perfumery that felt both rooted and forward-looking, intimate yet universal.
Absolutely. What did you do
And
before? What did you
yeah,
work in the industry?
with my grandfather, yeah, during the famous award that doesn't exist anymore, that I cannot name today, unfortunately, but it was one of the most amazing and authentic emotional award who could exist that could exist today. But that's life, you know. To create more, you have to renounce about things sometimes. So it's a pity, but it's also we have to find a positive spirit of that. And I think even my great grandfather should probably prefer me to create a new way of life for the perfumery, haute parfumerie niche history than staying in the past. So it was important to follow up and bring this amazing heritage back to the past, to the modernity, or more than that, le monde contemporain. So voilà, as my great granddaughter, I feel both humble and inspired by his pioneering spirit, François Spoturno, because I am also an artist. You're right. I'm very good in mosaic. Mosaic from Picassiette is the name of the technical, but the technique I learned it in New York City. It was in 1998. During 2 years, I stay in New York. New York is my heart, my second heart, city heart. I just love New York, and I love America too. I can tell. For me, it's a gorgeous country. Whatever happened inside, there's a lot of beautiful spirit, and the famous American dream for me is still alive. So I'm very positive in this mind. And you have to know that I almost stay living in New York when I was young because I was so in love with the city that I didn't want to leave it. But I was there with my boyfriend who became my husband. And I have two beautiful girls. One of her is the muse of Spoturno. She is the image, and the photographer named Elisaveta Porodina, which is a huge art photographer, accept to make the first campaign of Spoturno with my first girl, my first daughter, sorry. She is the first I have. Voilà, Louise is the face of the muse of the brand. But in New York, I was just a mosaic artist. And I discover my life, I discover myself, I discover my maturity, I discover a lot of things. Still friends from there. And it was a really different step in my life to go in New York. I was 27. Just to make you, you have just for you an idea, I'm 53 today.
Oh,
So it's a
wonderful.
long, not today. I'm born in
Right.
October, but I'm 53 now. That's what I wanted to say. But voilà. Donc, and I'm very involved with artists, friends of artists, and I am like François Spoturno were extremely touched, extremely involved in artistic mind, artistic movement, and for me to make this brand, Spoturno, it was not possible without savoir-faire français, which is today for me just unimaginable not to work with artists in what I wanted to do, to make. So the first of them is, of course, Christopher Sheldrake, because he's the master perfumer. I couldn't even dream more. The most beautiful, the most talented, the most elegant, and really, truly is amazing. Is
So
amazing.
if we can go back to him, I'm going to kind of jump forward my questions. What was your collaboration? How did it start? I know you had a soft launch with the X-ray that came out, and I had read somewhere that it took over 5 years of production and
Yes.
7 years of development on the idea. Were you friends with him before? How did the
Yes.
collaboration start? Can
Yes.
you tell me a little bit about what ignited this idea? Because it's
Yeah.
not an easy task. What you took on right now, what you're doing right now is so big and not very easy to do. What triggered you to do it now? And how did your collaboration with him start?
You know, there's a beautiful thing that's in life. It's very often extremely lovely because when something should happen, it happened. And what happened with Christopher Sheldrake is just natural, very easy, because we met as a moment when I was not at all in imagine that I could make a brand with my family heritage. That was just a dream, of course, of since years and years. But when we met with Christopher, it was during one of the award of my ancestor, and the award, the Prix François Coty existed. Christopher came at this amazing moment in the Loire Valley in France, where it happened in 2018. And when we met, it was just like an evidence, an obvious moment to continue to exchange about perfume, about my history. And he was completely admiring, of course, like every perfumer of my great grandfather. And one day I decided to bring with me the ancient books, the formula, in his home with his wife, his adorable wife, with child and children, and we were in the living room, and he opened the books. And as you have to know, it's even we have the formulas, you can absolutely not make it again because half of the formula is disappeared. I mean, it's not the same raw materials, it's not the same synthesis molecule, it's not the same culture, the same production. Everything's changed. So you cannot say you can, it's not possible. You could do it, but you couldn't sell it. So there's
Mhm.
no interest today to make a formula from my ancestor again. It's not possible. You couldn't sell it. Too dangerous.
Right,
Uh,
yeah.
so the only place where we can smell it, discover it, it's l'Osmothèque de Versailles.
Hmm.
The only place on the world, it's in Versailles. So, and you can smell exactly the same fragrance as it used to be. But Spoturno vocation, it's not that. It's not a nostalgia. It's really, we really want to make something modern. So to come back from Chris to Christopher, when he saw it was a very unique moment. You can imagine when he opened the books, it was like it was for him. I think I made a really a huge present to him because he could read it, but you can do nothing with it. You just can imagine how it could be, but that's all. So he said to me, you know, The books are very emotional. It's great. It's amazing. It's everything you can imagine for me. But there's nothing more interesting for me to start on a white page. So for me, it's easier to go back in my own mind with my experience, my excellence. No, I didn't say excellence, but I said your excellence,
Yeah.
your talent, etc. And he said, well, we'll see what we do with this one day, maybe. So we continue to see each other, to talk, to speak. And while the award of Award disappeared, I said to Christopher, I don't want to stay away from this dream I had since I'm a child. And I really want to make this alive. I want to make a new way of Spoturno perfumery, not as it was, but really find the bridge. And we talk we were at dinner together and we had this magic moment, or we say we should make Spoturno. Spoturno came like an evidence, you know. There's 5 years ago now. We more than that, 6, and we start to think. And I told him, you know, I'm from Corsican, so we have to go back in Corsican. We have to feel the first emotion, the first history, the family history, all the precious mind memories I have from stories about this time from my grandfather. I really wanted to make a homage to all the personalities who has been involved in this amazing timeline. And for me, it was very important to reconsider and counting this family history again. So Corsica was an evidence, and then Alfi, the first perfume we work on, very important because Alfi Dubois was great grandmother's grandfather. Sorry, it's very complicated, but he was he
I
was
get it. I get
he
it.
was François Spoturno, spirit father. He was engraver, Grand Prix de Rome, an amazing artist who were making labels like nobody. And he helped a lot my ancestor to develop his marketing boxes, labels, and ideas. And also a lot of rencontre, meeting with René Lalique and all the important personalities from this area. So without Alfie, it should be very difficult for him to make this success alone. I think the secret of the success of my ancestor is, first of all, this quality he had to be with the good persons around him.
Mhm.
And most of them were artists or also commercial genius. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of people very famous who came out from this period. So I don't want to tell who because they don't need publicity today.
They
Mm.
don't. They surely don't, and I totally understand. Now,
So
taking your yeah, sorry.
pardon. So Alfie came out like something extremely natural because it's also the name of the boat because my great grandmother had a yacht in the 30s, and to make a tribute to her grandfather, she named it Alfie, which is the most beautiful first name I never heard before when I was a child. And I said, why I'm not Alfie today? Why I'm Veronique, you know? Alfie is beautiful. So whatever. So Alfie is very inspiring for Christopher because it's a fresh perfume, but it's also a eau de parfum. So it's very constant during the day. So
Mhm.
if you put it on the morning, you still smell it in the evening.
That's
So for
fantastic.
us,
Mhm.
Alfé is bright.
Mhm.
Alfé is agrumes like pamplemousse, bergamot,
Mhm.
mandarin, neroli, and a lot of musk also. And for the inspiration, we can say, because it used to be like that, It was a day on this boat around the Corsican coast, and with a family, a happy family with lights, beautiful lights, the sea very hot and blue, and the sky is blue, and it's just a happiness day. And also in the mythology, Alfé is the guide. Maybe you know that. So
Mm-hmm.
the guide, the driver. So it was extremely quiet, perfect to start this history. So,
Absolutely. That sounds amazing. And for it to be your first fragrance, that makes a lot of sense because it is the guide to your collection. Since we started talking about the collection, can you go through the other perfumes and kind of
yeah,
talk
in
about
fact,
that?
I'm a little bit wrong because Alfé was not the first.
Oh, it wasn't the first. Okay.
But it appeared very fastly after the first one is, I can tell, 1921, of course.
That's right. That's right.
Because
1921.
1921, sorry, it's so much, I mean, it's so on the wall, you know? C'est imprimé, quoi. For me, 1921 is the head of the collection. Why? Because 1921 also is the last year where we can tell my ancestor could create alone. So for me, it was important to start Spoturno with a symbolic date, and it's more than I just said, it's the first Oriental of the history of the modern perfumery. 1921 is really the first one. So it was important to start, and 1921 is a star. And today I can tell it's a success. So I'm very
Hmm.
happy. But it's really inspired, reinvented by Christopher, by one of the perfume we can imagine at this period, extremely intense, just after the war, 1418. So you can imagine the country, not after, yes, just after 1921. So it was an invitation to trip, to have a voyager and have a different way of life, just in closing your eyes,
Hmm.
because you couldn't trip at this period. It was, everything was destroyed. The
Absolutely.
country was in a totally mess. People were very in trouble. So it was important to give people a little bit dream, a little some
Absolutely.
dreams, you know. And 1921 is a good manner to go to the past, to come back to the future, or not even to the future, to the present,
Hmm.
today. And it was the best manner to carry Spoturno today. Voilà. So 1921 is a symbol, a very important symbol. And after all, we work on Alfé, of course, Alfé. Alfé, as I told you, and Barbicaja. Barbicaja
Hmm.
is the third one we work on, because Barbicaja is also a tribute, it's a homage to my domain, my family domain, the Spoturno domain in Corsica, on the coast of Ajaccio. And this domain name, it means in Italian, Barb Casa, it means a domaine indomptable, rescue domain. Then somewhere you cannot go very
Right.
easily. It's
Hmm.
not obvious to go, you know, it's
Hmm.
like somebody you cannot
Hmm.
catch.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it was a nice symbol for me. And also, it's a place where our family was a pioneer of the orange tree.
Yes.
We were the pioneer. So Barbicaja is full of fleurs d'oranger, orange tree, orange flower, and some jacinthe as well, and some a lot of musk. As all of the collection is really very good approach of Barbicaja. The inspiration of Barbicaja is the end of the day. So you can imagine Alfé, the boat, is coming up from the beach, and after a day, a shiny day, very hot day, and then during the end of the day is coming to the beach, stay there with this family, very quiet, tired, but in the same time very happy. And some friends come up, and there's some seducing soirée on the beach with also the île sanguinaire. It's island just right away from the Barbicaja domain. You can see some islands very red in the night because it's a volcanic island. So it's just gorgeous, and it's like a miracle. And Barbicaja is very hot, warm, sensual, seducing, very full of, how can I say, promesses, de belles promesses, promising a beautiful soirée. And with the family and friends, you see, it's a very deep moment, very important moment. So Barbicaja is a beautiful perfume. It's my perfume actually.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite. Do you
Yeah,
use
it's
it
the
every
one I
day
wear.
or?
It's not
Oh,
necessarily my favorite, but it's the one who my first impulsion in the morning is this one.
of
So
course.
I can tell, yes, maybe. That L'Âme du Phénix is still a homage because they're all a homage. They all have their true story anyway. L'Âme du Phénix is this. It's my ring, my family ring. And you can see here, there's a phoenix, a
Oh,
bird.
beautiful. Yes.
And this bird is a significative bird because he's a rebirth by himself. He is from the coat of arms of the Spoturno family. So it's a beautiful image, you can imagine. And for me, L'Âme du Phénix is protecting all the collection I just described to you. And L'Âme du Phénix is, we can tell, it could be the masculine, but we cannot say that today. But it's very leather, woody, tobacco, and graines de cardamom. I don't know the name in English, but what I can tell, it's an ultra sexy,
Yes, I like it.
sexy, warm, uh, s- ah, beautiful. It's
Head
just,
turner. It's a head
yes,
turner,
oh,
right?
yes, elegant, so
Mhm.
elegant. It's just, it's Christopher Sheldrake anyway, you know.
Right, right. How can you go wrong? What a great collaboration. Are you working on the next line of perfumes that
Yes,
you'll be
we do.
releasing? Of course.
Yes, we're preparing a masterpiece, a new one, but we take our time to present it because it's not done first of all, and we think we have to install properly all the five one you have here now, and leave people having the time to appreciate each of them and learning about it, and then we will see. But we
That's
take more
great.
time. It's a long way, a perfume. It's not 10 perfume in 2 years. It's one perfume every 2 years. It's a good thing.
I like that. There's definitely a slow perfume movement because the current industry right now is so
Yeah,
fast, it's so
that's too
crowded.
much,
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
so much going on. I appreciate the slow down part.
And
Um, mhm.
a lot of people who always said, "Oh, why you don't propose more scents, etc." And I said, "But because I don't want the people losing their mind. I mean, when I go in different perfumeries, sometimes I don't which one I should smell first. Too much.
It's
So
overwhelming. Yeah,
yeah, and the perfume, as said Christopher, is a treasure. We have to make it perfectly as a sculpture, as a painting. You don't paint in a one day. You need time to give him the best you have. I think it's the best way of life. The luxury today is to take your time.
I agree.
Take your
I agree
time.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you work with, I mean, he's like one of the godfathers, right, of perfumery. He's one of the best masters. Do you feel intimidated to give him feedback? How does your collaboration work with him? Like, do you tell him, no,
Ah,
I don't like this or add more of this? And do you collaborate on that level or do you just leave it to him?
I completely have white card, but he always wants my mind.
Opinion. Yeah, your
I
opinion, your feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm always very impressed because it's pretty hard to say to somebody who got this experience to say, this is not necessarily what I. But it doesn't happen. In fact, it doesn't really happen. But what I love in this collaboration is the humility of Christopher. He's always show me as if I was an elevate, somebody extremely experienced. I'm like a chemist in front of him,
Hmm.
or a physician. I'm like that, but Christopher, you know
Hmm.
better than me. He said, no, 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 you don't. You are the public, so you can tell what you prefer, what you less prefer, or whatever. But I need your advice, your feedback, because I need to experiment the public, your nose, your eyes, and your feedback. You are the best person for that. So we are very good binôme,
Right.
because he knows and I don't know.
Right.
So that's the
But you feel you and you experience that
yes,
he cannot because he's so inside it. So
yes,
I
and
think, yeah.
I'm very instinctive person also.
Hmm.
That's the
Hmm.
good thing, because I'm not necessarily in the public code, but I can tell immediately if this or this can work or not.
Hmm.
And sometimes it needs some direction, because as perfume is an architecture, you can take
Absolutely.
millions where of make it. So if somebody doesn't give you a little driver, I mean, it's complicated. But I'm not the
Absolutely.
only one who is taking
Hmm.
care of your feedback. Is his wife
Hmm.
as well,
Hmm.
his
Hmm.
children, is everybody in the family carrying, je sais pas si on wearing a
Right.
perfume, Spoturno perfume. So he's very well, he's got his family very involved with him and very close to him, and they are very good to say if they like or doesn't like or prefer this. And his wife actually is used to work in the industry, so she's
Hmm.
pretty expert as well, and
Hmm.
can imagine next to Christopher.
I know. Just living with him, you're going to
Yeah,
become an
yeah,
expert.
yeah. It's probably just fantastic. So no, I think he asked the good question. He's confident, and he sent me every time some samples.
Mhm.
And then he smell it during a week, and then you will get back to me, and then we can talk about it, and we can see what we can do, if we have to change it or modify it. He's very open. He's amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic. What a great collaboration. How do you guys produce it? Who produces the product for you guys?
You mean
The
the
actual production.
there's many of them. There's a lot of them, different of them. But from the most new maison de composition, and some of them are secret.
Hmm. I
So
understand.
we don't want to give every secret. We can give you a lot of other secret from the savoir-faire. For example,
Hmm.
Bormioli is our fantastic glass maker. Bormioli is a glassmaker. Walter Sperger has been a glassmaker of the limited edition as well. We work with amazing decorators and architects, interior architect like Tristan Auer. Tristan Auer, who made the Carlton in Cannes, the hotel,
Hmm.
the Four Seasons in Paris, the Crillon in Paris, Bain Douche in Paris as well, and a lot of particular customers he gets. And we work also with l'Atelier L'Étoile, which is a
Hmm.
savoir-faire français secret too. And they have a special technique to make a beautiful, very mineral decor like Kintsugi for Le Chapelle, our limited edition for 1921. They are working for a famous Place Vendôme, huge brand, a French brand, as you can imagine. And also Goard, Atelier Goard. Atelier Goard is they make the golden leaves on the Château de Versailles and all the
Hmm.
monuments in Paris. They used to make a collaboration with us. And also, Adrien Collin is Meilleur Ouvrier de France, and he's making a beautiful button of the limited edition. I show you this bottle. It's
Oh,
empty
wow.
to show you the bottom here, the cap.
Oh, yeah.
The
Wow.
cap, it's an implosion of white glass with a chalumeau, we said in French. I don't know the name
Hmm.
in English.
Hmm.
So it's an emery cap, as it used to be before. So when you do that,
Gorgeous. Look at that.
there's no pump.
Right.
It's glass against
But it
glass,
sits
as it used
perfectly.
to be. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm very proud of this. That's what does that
Gorgeous.
actually.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, these things are very, very expensive. How have you funded your adventure, if you will? Are you self-funding, family funding? Have you taken partners, investors?
I had
Hmm.
to, but only friends and family,
Hmm.
because you know, as my adventure is huge and pretty unique, it's difficult to say. It was not easy to find investors because when you don't have yourself money, it's complicated because you have to know, and it's very important. I have no heritage, financial heritage. A lot of people think that I am rich, but that's not the case at all. And whatever, it's okay for me because it's not a problem in my life. It's just
Right.
finding the money to make beautiful things. And when you know how to carry the story, to count the story, when you have this in your blood, it's it's getting to you. I mean, it's not that difficult to decide people to come with you.
Right, right.
But
It's
but
not
friends
easy.
and
It's not
family,
hard to convince people. Yeah.
but essentially friends and family, I can tell.
Yes, yes. But raising money is very difficult. I've done it as an entrepreneur in my past for my
Yes,
other ventures. It's
yes.
another job. That's a totally different job. Yeah.
Totally, totally. But we make a new levée de fonds, we said in French, next spring. So we can welcome anyone who wants to participate to the Spoturno adventure because first coming, first serving.
I like it. I like it a lot. Do you have plans on like expanding your distribution or maybe
Yes.
opening a store?
Yes, I do it in September, normally in Paris, because we thought we cannot pretend to be luxury, hyper luxury brand without with your own flagship. So my first obsession was to get this, and I found it. I'm just waiting for my bank says yes for
I
for a
love it.
small, but it's gonna be fine. I'm not very worried, but
Is it going to open in September or are you
yes,
starting it in?
it's gonna be
Oh,
open in September for sure. Whatever happened, I mean.
whatever it is.
Oh yeah, believe me. And then I think it's important also because in many places in the world, especially the high level, high quality, they ask you if you have your flagship in Paris. And if you don't have it, they say, usually they can say, oh, you know, thank you for asking us, but when you will have your flagship, come back to see us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's double good reason to get your flagship in
No,
Paris.
I agree. You have to invest in yourself before others will invest in you.
Bien
That's
sûr.
the way it is. Yeah. I will be there in September when you open, tell me. And
Oh,
that
fantastic.
will give me a reason to come. Like I need a reason to come to Paris.
You will come to meet Christopher because
Oh
he's
my God, I would love it. And then we could smell the
that's
perfumes together. I love it. I
fantastic.
actually went to Dominique Ropion's store in
Oh,
Paris
yes.
and I loved it. I get overwhelmed. So I'm the best customer that you can talk to. I love perfume. I don't have a background in education. I went to film school actually. So my education, I'm not a chemist or anything like that. I just love perfume. And when I went into those big stores, Javoy and other stores, I get so overwhelmed, I walk right out. It's too much for me. I can't handle it. I just look,
Ah,
I go, oh, how pretty this bottle, that bottle, but I don't even, I just leave. I like individual boutiques where I go in and talk to a salesperson who knows the entire history, educates me on the product, and I never leave without buying several perfumes. You know, that I like that model.
c'est super. I'm so happy, you know, because it's my model too.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, no. And we're looking for very special niche perfumery places in the world. We are very selected and
Yeah.
we work on it right now. And, you know, I don't do it too fast as well because I really want to make the owner of each perfumery place I'm looking for, I'm asking for, they can I want them they feel that I don't approach them only because they could be a good image,
Hmm.
but because I really look at them, search what they were doing, which people they were selling, and their spirit and their personality. And for me, all is all.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Yeah, it
I
has to align with your vision. They have to
yeah,
align
and
with
a
your
nice
vision. Yeah.
shop and very, you know, as Aedes de Venustas, in New York, we will
Yes.
be in New York, you know.
Oh, nice.
But I cannot tell you right now because I'm not sure about the dates. But I can
Hmm.
tell you we will do everything we can to be there in November. But
Nice.
no date because I'm not sure we can do it this year.
Yeah.
Money is always the problem.
Of course, of course. And plus, you're opening your own store in September, so you've got
Yes, yes. So we
different
see
pots on the fire.
if we can make several things like that, but not too fast.
Not too fast. Are you working alone right now, or do you have a team, a small team?
I do have a small team. I have my operations director who is working every day with me. Laurent Fabre is with me since the beginning of May. And also I have my husband, which is my first fan and the first who believe in me, who believe in my story, my daughters. And I also work with a graphic artist, designer graphic, important for me because she knows perfectly the story, Hermance Desrobert, and I'm very happy to work with her because she's a pearl. So
Hmm.
it's good. We need to have good artists around us to succeed. I couldn't advance alone. There, no way. No,
Hmm.
no, it's not
Yeah,
possible.
it's not
We're not
possible. You
alone in this
can't.
world.
Yeah, yeah, it's very true. We're as good as the collaborations we have around us and
Yes,
the people that we keep around us. Yeah.
yes. And everybody sublimed can
Hmm.
sublimed by his talent, every
Hmm.
single thing,
Hmm.
details, which is
Hmm.
for me essential.
I love it. Your philosophical stance and your critique of the industry right now, and where does Spoturno stand, and how you want to move forward with your brand? How does it differentiate?
But you know, you said it. For me, the fragrance landscape is exciting, but it's saturated all over. And many houses seems to have lost the sense of risk or bold artistry. Ça, c'est dommage. It's a pity.
Hmm.
Spoturno's place is not to please everyone, but to speak to those who seek singularity, sophistication, emotional resonance in scent, but more of everything. Today, Spoturno is the only one who's got a real heritage. I'm alive. I mean, I'm not a perfumer, I'm not the genius, but I'm working with a genius. And for me, is the natural continuity of a perfumery spirit we would love to see again. So 1921, to back to this scent, is a representation of the vintage, modern vintage, because we didn't make something exactly close to this period. But when you smell it, close your eyes and you will be back there, but back to today, to now. And which is fabulous because it's a perfume whose young people or middle age or dry age, I don't know, or everybody love this perfume because
Hmm.
it speaks to everyone emotionally, memories or not, because young people like it too. You know,
Hmm.
something who's make you comfortable, where
Hmm.
you feel protect.
Hmm.
And
You're
that's
raptured by it. Yeah.
right. And that's
Yeah.
what the perfume I want to I want them significative, I want them signed, I want them perfectly balanced to be sent during all day, almost during all night after that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So and yes, spot your noise as another way of life. I can tell it's not pretentious, but it's another world of this world is fast luxury, and we Spoturno embrace a different pace, one that values craftsmanship, narrative, and discretion, which is elegance and savoir-faire français, so precious. When you see my box, all the boxes are in wood. Inside you have satin, and it's precious paper, beautiful paper with the little uh, pliage de l'époque,
Hmm.
the design like this.
Hmm.
I didn't
Hmm.
invent it, it was there. And finally, I can tell when you have something beautiful in your hand that exists since years, since a century, why are you looking for other things? Try to keep this and respect it and feel the line, the red line, to continue that. You can be very creative and reinvent a world without losing the values. And that's the very important thing we can have to say to all those people who's pretending making perfume. But I hope people are not too, but I don't think. I think people are more and more regarding what they're buying and etc.
That's true. And I think you phrased it beautifully. You can hold on to heritage, savoir-faire, and protect the heritage, but bring it to today, make it relevant to today. And there's, as much as they're speeding, there's also a group of people like us that want flow, that want meaning, and that want resonance. So I think that's wonderful, and that's where you sit.
It's so important, respecting what was things before to make it in present. It's so obvious for me. There's there's no other way of life. What people did before, it's not for nothing. You have to respect it. So
and this is true luxury. It's heritage and luxury. Absolutely. Oh, this was such a nice conversation, Veronique. I'm so glad we got to meet and have this time.